Hello everyone, myself Panamika. So in this video we're going to discuss about the cells in detail. As you know, in my previous video I have discussed about the cells, that what is cells, and about the blood in which actually the cells are present. So in this video we're going to discuss about the cell in detail. So if you haven't watched my previous video, so please go to the description box, there I have uploaded the link. So before starting the video, if you haven't liked the video, please play the like button and subscribe my channel. So let's begin. Cells, as you know, that just like the building or our house is made up of small bricks, the same like living organisms body or our body is made up of small unit that is called as cells. So just like for the house, the bricks are the smallest unit from which the house is made. The same like we are the living organisms whose body is made up of small units, that is the cells. So cells are known as the basic units of life. We are categorize the cells to be the basic units of life. They are the structural and function units of life. Why they are called the structural and function unit of life? Just because cells provide us the structure. We are able to stand, we are able to sit because of the structure. And how does the structure is maintained by the cells? Who maintain this structure? The cells maintain the structure and provide functions to our. We are able to breathe, we are able to respire just because of the presence of cells. So they are the structure and function unit of the body of all living organisms. The term cell means hollow. Cells is actually like a hollow like substance which is actually called cell. So this term was first used by an English botanist, Robert Hooke. Who discovered the cell? Robert Hooke discovered the cell in 1665. He used this term that the cell means hollow. He found the cells in a piece of cork. He first observed cell in a piece of cork with the help of his primitive microscope. Actually, he was discovering about a wooden piece. So what just he found in a cork? He found some patch-like structure present in that. So when he see through his magnifying glass, or when he see through his microscope, he found that there was some patch-like structure present in the cork that was named as cell. So he used this term, cell means hollow. He found this hollow-like substance in the cork. So from there he named it as cells. According to him, the cork was made up of small cells enclosed in a wall. According to him, that the cork was actually there were present cells that were closed in a wall. Like in the leaves there is a presence of stomata. The same like when he see in the cork, he found some cells which were closed in a wall. So from here he get the name that cells. From here the name was cells was discovered by Robert Hooke in 1665. So after Robert Hooke researched about the cells that were present in the cork, now after some few days in 1674, a Dutch scientist named Antoine van Leeuwenhoek discovered the cell moving freely. Now what does he do? He was searching in the water surface or in the pond surface. He through his magnifying glass, he found that there was some structure that were moving in the water. So when he searched in the about the water surface through his microscope, he found that that was a cell which was moving. So he discovered the cell moving freely. So with the help of his improved microscope, he could also see some minute components within the cells. Now after he see that it was a cell that was moving in the water, so he searched about it, and after a deep research he found that some minute components within the cells. So after he researched about it, so he found that all the living organisms and animals and plants are made up of cells, like amoeba, parameciums, animals, plants, human beings. These all the living organisms present in this world are made up of cells. So he found Antoine van Leeuwenhoek found that all the living organisms are made up of cells. We are made up of cells. We are having a trillions of cells. We are having number of cells. So around 1839, several scientists together established the cell theory. Now after these two scientists research about the cell, now after it some other scientists also research in 1839, they research the cell theory. They established the cell theory after their research about the cell. Then they established the cell theory, which concludes that cell are the structure and function units of the life. Now they actually these scientists established that all the living organisms are made up of cells, and this theory concludes that cells are the structure and functional unit of life. As I told you that cells provide the structure and function to our body. So when it is discovered, they conclude that structure and function unit of life. They categorize cells as the structure and functional unit of life. Cells arise from pre-existing cells. They also found that before we search about the cells, there were presence of cells in our environment, and even a number of organisms were made up of cells before we have searched about it. So from that cells, these cells come. So they cells arise from the pre-existing cells. Now cells are the smallest unit of life. Now they also consider the cells to be the smallest unit of life. Just like for the house, the smallest unit is the bricks. The same like our body or living organism's body is made up of cells. So they consider the cells are the smallest units of life. Now after these scientists research about it, now in 1839, after a few days, some other scientists found some fluid-like substances inside the cell. Now they have most scientists have researched, like Robert Hooke has researched in the cork about the cells that were present. After that, Antoine Lehoucq found that the cells can move, they are having some minute components. Then other scientists established the cell theory. Then after that, in 1839, some other scientists also found the cells found some fluid-like substance inside the cell and proposed the name protoplasm. Now after these scientists found about the cell, that they can move, there are cells, there is a presence of cells, they can move, they are having some minute components. After this, scientists found that there was some fluid-like structure present in the cell, and he gave the name as protoplasm. So he gave as the name as protoplasm. So now coming to the next point, that is cell in different organisms. So cells are present in different organisms. Like in some organism the cells are present a lot, and in some organism there are only one cell. So they are categorized as unicellular and multicellular organisms. So what is unicellular organisms? So there are the organisms which are made up of only a single cell. They are having only single cell. Example, amoeba and paramecium. These are the one which are having only a single cell, but still they can do each and every activity which multicellular organisms are able to do. Like they can digest, they can excrete, they can respire, each and every processes they can carry out. Still they are having a single cell. Now what is multicellular organisms? So there are also the organism in which the number of cells is a lot. They are having a number of cells in their body. So they are categorized as multicellular organisms. For example, plants and animal, and as well as humans being are having 100 trillions of cells. So what is unicellular? The organism which is having only a single cell, and the organisms which is having multiple cells are known as the multicellular organisms. So the multicellular organism begin their life as a single cells. मीन्स जो मल्टी सेलुलर ऑर्गेनिजम्स होते हैं उनकी लाइफ सिंगल सेल से स्टार्ट होती है. लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल in the reproduction process, when the male and female gamete fuses with each other, they produce a fertilized egg that is called zygote. So what is this zygote? This zygote is actually a type of cell which when grow up it produces more and more cells, and when these cells combine they form the tissues, and when these tissues are combined they form the organs, and after the organ system is formed, and after the organ system the organism is formed. So this is how we are produced, or how we are formed from a single cell. Means when a cell that is called zygote, this is a fertilized egg, this zygote, the fertilized egg, which after a few months this fertilized egg will become an organism. How this is a cell zygote. So this cell will after it will grow, so this cell will produce more and more cell, and these cells when combined they form the tissue, and tissue then form the organ, and organ system, and then the organism. So this is how multicellular unicellular organisms are differ from each other. So this is all about unicellular and multicellular organism. Now coming to the shape and size of a cells. So this shape of a cell is varies from organism to organism. Like some organism is having rod shape and some is having irregular shape. So this shape is differ from organism to organisms. So this is how this shape of a cell can be have. So they can have rod shape, irregular shape, comma shape. These are the shapes of a cell. Now coming to the size. So cells can have different sizes as shapes. Cells can also have different sizes. So their size varies from 2 to 5.0 micrometers, and the biggest cell which is considered, or the largest cell, is the ostrich egg. Ostrich egg is considered the largest cell because it is a type of cell. So their size is also categorized from different organisms to organisms. So this is all about shape and size as well as multicellular and unicellular organisms. So if you like the video, then please play the like button and subscribe my channel. Thank you.